I don't think chia seeds are a
If
January thing.
They are.
Why?
It's his Zodiac. Just let him.
Yes, they are! Excuse me, I'm having a stroke.
That's gonna. I apologise to anybody who had to watch that in high definition, which these guys didn't have.
I'm gonna zoom in for that one frame. I'm
I
just gonna
laughed
make that
so
the full
hard
screen.
that I spat everywhere. I'm so sorry. That was very unprofessional.
Oh,
Not you're clearly not a chia seed. Your
I'm
zodiac sign
barely
would not be a
trying
chia. It's not even close. He's apologising, and he's like half an inch into his pint. Where are we going to go today, Chris? This.
There comes a time in each man's life where they learn the truth. And for you, that time is now.
Wow. I can't believe you played all 6 minutes and 40 seconds of Zodiac's flight over El Dorado. Well done. And hello everybody. Welcome to what is hopefully the first episode of the FTR1 podcast. I am joined by my long-suffering co-hosts, Jack. Ooh-wee, I'm so important. And on my right, I have a kitchen pot. What would you guys like to say?
I'm astonished by the effect even the smallest amount of alcohol has had on this show. That's all I can say.
we've done this before and it's not been a problem, but I don't know what's
Today
going
it's a
on with
problem. It's a combination. It's a combination of zodiac signs and screwdrivers has turned Chris.
You have no idea. I've been thinking about this intro all day.
What?
I've
But
been
we
going
only
over
just
various
decided which one we were going to do
OWs.
after like 2 hours.
No, I mean the intro. I've been in this green room all day and not much to do there, so I've just been going over in my head different intros I could do. That's been my day thus far. Absolutely
Excellent.
wonderful.
Wow.
Well, I'm very proud of you.
Well,
you've
It's
run out of steam
wonderful
though,
to
haven't
see-
you?
Have we calmed
No,
down?
I haven't. I'm full of steam. Anyway, steaming right on ahead. I just want to know whether you guys. This is our banter section, very famous. I derail before we go into the actual podcast.
Really
You can't
kills
do this
the-
week because I've actually already told them what we're doing this week, so
It
I
says it
can't
right there.
distract. So
I'm
these
happy
two are
with
going
this
to-
decision we've made.
Yeah,
I mean, if you can see it,
two
you can
need
see
to-
it.
Look,
If you
guys, I'm
can't,
looking
you can't.
for a non sequitur where I want you two to throw a span in the works, and then I'm going to slowly drift us back onto topic because I can't do that this week. So I'm waiting for one of you
I don't.
to
I'm
throw
not feeling
something
like.
in.
I'm not feeling quite so generous right now. But
Is this
Don't
what
worry.
you wanted the binoculars for, Chris? Is this what? Is
Binoculars.
Is,
Oh my god, I can't believe you brought binoculars with you. You're such a Leo. You're such only a Leo would bring binoculars. You know how Leos are, right?
Oh, man. So what really
You're
is
the
astrology? For those who
75%
don't
of
know,
Leos.
what's a zodiac? What is it?
I've always had a major issue with the zodiac signs.
Not answering the question
Half of
immediately. Nice.
Well,
we'll make
Yeah.
a politician out of you yet.
God damn.
What's a zodiac
Some of them
sign?
are animals.
A thorn up
One
my
of them-
side. I'll tell you what really grinds my gears about zodiac signs.
Oh.
Some of them, when you look at the Western zodiacs, okay, you've got some fish, you've got a disease which is symboled by some crabs, you've got some scales, and you've got a woman pouring water over someone. Not very original Western world. Let's have a look
Not
how
very
the East
original.
has handled it. The East kind of threw their hands up and said, let's just make them all animals and make one of them a dragon. If you're going to make them all animals, you should at least commit to the theme. Absolutely disgraceful. Then you have the Celtic Zodiac, which is based on trees, which is why nobody's ever heard of them, because that's the most boring thing ever. We need a multicultural 21st century Zodiac sign.
Zodiac 2.
Are we
That's what we're doing.
making?
Zodiac.
Are we making the Zodiac woke? Is that what we're doing?
No.
Oh,
Fine.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
cancelling all previous Zodiacs.
No, none of this.
I am culturally
None of this.
appropriating the subject.
Let's
I
just.
am making my own.
oh my god.
We've already established, Matt. Stop making things about wokeness. We've already established we're ill-equipped to deal with these sorts of things. It's not our place, all right?
I've had
just-
such a... In this last week in the green room, I have gone full into the Stockholm Syndrome, and I love it here. And I realise that what our corporate overlords need more than anything is to connect with these woke-ass kids. Which is why this week, what do these woke-ass kids on the Tumblr and the Pinterest love more than anything? It is ascribing zodiac signs to anything and everything. So if we can be the first corporation to get onto that, we can do a general one this week, and then next week let's just do a zodiac sign of the Starbucks coffees. Let's make this a whole thing, lads.
Are we becoming the Watch Mojo of zodiac signs? Is that?
Yeah,
that's
that's it. It's a podcast. We're called Watch Zodiac. Or...
Watch Zodiac. That works annoyingly well. Now I noticed we
and
have
we're going to be
13
looking out
here.
for new zodiacs.
What's the
13.
deal with
well,
13?
as we all know, in every zodiac sign,
There's
you
always
have
a forbidden
12,
13th.
and then you have the neglected one. So, for example, recently they tried to make the Hercules zodiac sign
Really?
official, and everyone was like, "No, you're messing with the chakras. Get out of here."
Can't have me fucking with my these bloody
I'm gonna
zodiacs
go
coming
back.
in here, fucking with my chakras. I tell you, it's not on.
Let me get back to eating my chai seeds and drinking my chai teas.
It's not chai seeds and chai tea.
I have chai seeds
It's
every
chia.
morning for
It's
breakfast.
chia seeds and
It's
chai
chia
tea.
seeds and chai
You
tea.
guys aren't very woke.
Oh lord. Right. Well,
Anyway,
what's the first one? Or are we
it's
doing
got
it
to be
bottom up?
chai seeds. I want to be Zodiac straight in there. Oh, I forgot to put a section in here. That doesn't matter.
We need
What's
the
the section
dates.
you forgot to put in? I've only
We
just
forgot
noticed
to
it
put
actually says
down
deep
the
meaning.
time limit.
Yeah, we
What?
need like the dates.
The
Like, when we change from one to the other.
I'll
We could
put
have-
it in
no.
deep meaning. It's
We
part
could
of the
have
deep
like an
water.
implicit system of like, depending on how many syllables the zodiac sign is, that's how many weeks it is, or something like that. That's not a bad idea.
That's
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. We've got 52 syllables to get through.
now.
You want
I know
so
what you're
you
saying.
want to limit ourselves into
Yes.
like we've got
52
chai
syllables
seeds,
total.
so we're already 2 down.
It's chia seeds. What are you doing?
Okay,
Anyway,
we're 3 down now.
Okay, yeah, exactly right. We've got to keep count.
look,
Matt, that's your job.
so-
You're the resident numbers man.
Yeah, okay.
chia seeds.
Deciding.
Now-
I won't. I'll try, but
I know what you grandpas at home are asking yourselves. What are chai seeds?
What's the chia
Oh
seed?
my God.
What's a chai seed? So they come from the sage family, native to central and southern Mexico, and are related to Salvia columbra. I'm butchering that one. I'm not even gonna attempt any more of that word. And if you don't know what they are, they're seeds, you idiots, and they're actually a superfood. So if you put
Are they
them
a
into milk,
superfood? Hashtags TM.
they are
Superfood.
hashtag
superfoods.
superfoods, lads. God.
No,
Now, I know-
Are our zodiac signs all going to be superfoods? Is that a
Oh.
problem we're going to have to deal with?
no. They've just
Now-
got to be down with the kids
Ah.
and
Yeah.
modern, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
One
Now,
could just say vegan or
now,
No, I like
TikTok.
I know
I
what
like
you're
chia
gonna
seeds
say.
because I think we're going to get a quinoa in there somewhere at some point.
now, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, "Hey, didn't Aldrich 2009 paper Chai Seeds a systematic review by Natural Standard Research Collaboration? Didn't they determine that under preliminary research for their potential effects on health, there was a sparse and inconclusive result, as most studies were poor quality and did not demonstrate significant effect of chai seed consumption on cardiovascular risk factors, with no evidence to date indicating
So it's
consumption
not a
of chai
superfood.
seeds
So it's
have
not a
adverse
superfood.
effects
It's
on
just
or interacts with prescription
They're just
drugs.
food, guys.
they,
I'd
The
say
they're
news-
just seeds.
This just
What
in,
you're doing-
It's just a seed.
You're listening to the establishment. And you need to break that. You need to go for our all natural medication. Now,
Right. So what did chia seeds represent in their deep meaning? I
Chia
feel like
seeds.
we're coming to it. It's evolving before our very eyes.
the 2 millimeter, 1.3 milligram per seed superfood, which has a mottled coloured bray, grey, black and brown.
Half
Yeah,
of
okay,
those weren't
I-
colours. What?
A Bray grade mottled blah.
Brown, bray, whack and blight. Which
Why
if
is
you
he the one
don't
reading
know,
anything out? This is a shit show.
Those are the woke colours.
Are they?
You wouldn't understand if
I
you're
wouldn't.
if you're a grandpa
Oh.
at home. You wouldn't get these new colours. They're cool and they're hip. And
These
they're
colours
about
are
the
all
environment,
influencers. You wouldn't understand.
Anyway, I think that unlike most Zodiac signs, I'm starting on the 1st of January, and because of the collective size of chai seeds, it's
I don't know if Craig agrees with that. Not sure he's a fan.
now, I know what you're saying.
I don't think chia seeds are a
If
January thing.
They are.
Why?
It's his Zodiac. Just let him.
Yes, they are. Excuse me, I'm having a stroke.
That's gonna. I apologise to anyone who had to watch that in high definition, which these guys didn't have.
I'm gonna
I
zoom in for that one frame. I'm
I
just gonna
laughed
make that
so
the full
hard
screen.
that I spat everywhere. I'm so sorry. That was very unprofessional.
Oh,
Not you're clearly not a chia seed. Your zodiac sign would not be a chia
Barely
seed. It's not even close. He's apologising, and he's like half an inch into his pint. Where are we going to go today, Chris?
They're small. So if you have chai seeds as a zodiac sign, you're gonna be short. I'm sorry. You don't weigh a lot.
I've realised the problem, by the
Careful
way.
of them.
What does the chia seeds? Because they're all constellations, right? What
The
does the
chia
chia
seed,
seeds constellation look like?
It
just
really
looks like
is one.
stars.
There's a bundle of
it's just a
stars.
scattering.
How can you tell which one? Where does it start and where does it end?
Oh, that's the beauty of it. It's just all of them, or any of them, or whatever you choose to see.
Those ones.
I'd say when you chuck your chai seeds ceremoniously into your mug before you pour the milk in,
Where they land.
they tend to make, on average, there is a particular pattern they make. Definitely, because that's how averages
That's
work.
that's how
And
quantum
that
physics works.
is
Yes.
That is exactly what
Checkmate,
they are. And if you don't
atheists.
see it in the night sky, you probably live in a very urban environment. That's pretty unwoke, and I think you should get out of my comment section.
Okay, so
So what do chia seeds mean?
Look, so I've currently got, and you guys can add in whenever you want.
I'm
just
not.
writing down some ideas.
It's all you. It's
Small.
all you. Small.
They don't weigh a lot.
They don't
Be
weigh a
careful
lot.
be careful when they're in numbers. When there's multiple of them,
You never get a lot of them together because it's
never
gonna
get. You never want two chia seeds in the same room.
Ditzy.
They're ditzy. Why are chia seeds
Those-
ditzy?
Like,
Because
yeah,
they're all over the place, aren't they? They're everywhere.
they're all over the place.
Scatterbrained.
Yeah.
Someone's on my wavelength.
You're not writing anything yet. You've got to.
He's writing, but he's not
Yeah.
moved out.
No,
the
I know he's
plot.
writing.
No, I am. It's just you can't see it because you're not
Until
writing
he's-
them down this week.
Oh.
I understand that. I've handed
Um,
over the reins, everybody. Well,
But
it's all Chris now.
That may not happen again.
It may,
but-
it might.
or it might
As with
happen-
everything we do, it might be a one-episode decision. I don't
Or
know.
it may happen forever.
We may decide it works. Who cares? It's fine. The ultimate thing is that now we're just going to have to be a little bit more patient, which I think is something perhaps a property that chia seeds might have. Patience.
I
I don't know what he's the problem. What you've got to do, Chris, and I had to learn this. Is you have to
one
talk
second,
whilst
I'm
you're
just
right,
about to finish
Yeah.
it.
because you're where all the content's at right now.
This is the moment where everybody just gets a little breather.
Everyone
a
just
little-
think.
It's a little lull
yeah.
before it inevitably. I don't want to die of a heart attack today.
I want
So-
everyone to just conjure up in their minds the idea of the epitome of a chia seeds person. You know, I'm sure we all know those people.
I've done the first section.
There we
Don't
go.
worry, guys.
That's it.
First-
Let's go
right.
over what I
Oh,
put
hang on. Yeah, he's added a lot here.
So it's just the first.
There's a lot to dissect.
1st of
Yeah, I've
January.
added a lot.
Okay.
So, first
So
of
is it
all, 1st of
only the
January.
1st of January?
Don't read ahead. 1st of January. Only the 1st of January.
That one day. So
They're very hard to get a hold of on store shelves. I have to go to a specialist retailer to get my chai seeds. So I thought to spiritually
Greetings,
display
shopkeep. Do you have
their,
any chai seeds?
their
No, I've got some chia
commercial
seeds.
scarcity. Yeah.
Oh,
I have to
anyway.
go to a health
Right,
store,
okay.
which
So
give you a
One
Don't
day
write
a year.
small.
um,
Don't weigh a lot.
yeah.
Be careful
They're
of their
small.
numbers. Now,
They
what does
don't
that
weigh a
mean?
lot. Be careful of their numbers.
be
Just
careful of their
Have
numbers.
you seen more than one person in the same room who have been born on the 1st of January? Because if you
I
haven't,
can't say I have
just wait
seen a
until it
single
happens,
person
because
who's
you'll
been.
know straight away. You're gonna look at them and you're gonna
is-
be, you know that rambunctious couple who's getting all handsy on another table in the restaurant inappropriately.
You reckon they're
I
both
always
chai
look over and I just
seeds?
go, "They're 1st of January kids, definitely." Because they're born on New Year's Day, you know. They think they have it all, and I don't
Is
like
it-
that cockiness.
But the 1st of January is like the world's hangover. So
Yeah, it's World Hangover
I'd expect
Day.
them to be very low energy.
Oh, but the thing is, they
Or
were
these
born
the
in
pe-
those conditions. They were forged.
Oh, so they were
In
forged.
hangover
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right, come on. Right, let's go. What else?
As we
Let's
all
see.
know, anyway, because as we all know, evolution, not real. Actually, it's genetic hereditary of traits that people have learned in a previous life is how we evolve. As is shown
Gotcha.
in people born on 1st of January, which has completely disproven the theory of evolution, which is
Is it?
just what the corporate
Corporate atheists
scientific
want you to
world
think.
wants you to think that evolution is all that, you know. Now, next bit, ditzy. I know what you're saying. Can you say that? I have done. So it's too late to go back on that one. You know, kind of like that. Not that kind of, oh, they're being a bit of a pain in the neck, they're ditzy. It's kind of more of that, oh, you know, they're ditzy, but in kind of like a, oh, that's just terrible,
fun-loving-
you know. He's stepped on Jacko W's spike again. What can you do? It's the second time he's done this in 1 week. You know, just theoretically, not saying it's something that's ever happened.
it's
What are you
it's
talking about?
we're
I'm
trying
just saying
to
that kind of ditzy, kind of that endearing.
yeah,
right.
a
Oh,
positive,
of course.
I'll
Yes.
put that in endearingly.
Endearingly
ditzy. Can't
Can't
be
be
trusted.
trusted
Looking after your fish.
Can't be.
He's waiting for us to say that delay. That delay.
It's criminal.
You see, when it comes to trying to look after people's fish, when you're kind of talking about that particular thing, a lot of people who are, you know, chai seeds are vegetarians. They're quite a woke crowd, you know, and because they're vegan, they don't know that a lot of fish actually meat in the fish pellets, so they don't buy them. And therefore, they're not great at looking after your fish, because your fish do end up resorting to cannibalism, as has happened in my life, where a blind, big blackfish who lived in a castle in my tank, basically, the fish that we had in the tank started slowly disappearing until he was left, and then when we moved house...
What
my
the
dad
fuck are
flushed
you
him down the
talking
toilet
about?
to free him. I'm talking about something that happened in my real life.
What's this got to do with
I'm
chia
talking about-
seeds?
Because I'm saying that my father,
You're not a
Mr.
chia
Baguette,
seed.
Mr. LeBaker, he couldn't look after the fish, and he let a cannibalistic fish eat all of my fish.
Is he
Then
a chia
flushed the
seed?
Fish. Yeah, he is. He's born on the 1st of January. That's canon now for anyone updating the FTR1 Wikia. Don't worry, you can pop that bit of information. Mr. LeBaker was born on the 1st
So
of January.
Mr. LeBaker also wet his bed until he was 12. That's interesting. Interesting
Yeah.
things you're saying about your dad. Live
There
on
are
television.
exceptions to the rule. He was an exception. But what he,
Right,
what
we
he
should have
didn't
led
do
with that.
in West
Disclaimer.
Until he was 12.
With disclaimer, not all of this is true.
Yeah.
Some of it's not true.
It's not true when it comes to our
Now, we
lives, but
promise
it's
some of it
100%
is
true
true.
if it involves you.
Listener, we've
What?
never lied to you, okay?
We've never lied to you.
We've promised a lot.
Yeah.
We've always delivered, to my
Promised a
knowledge.
Yeah.
this
But yeah,
is all factual.
Anyway, as I was going to finish the story, when he flushed him down the toilet, it turns out that when my father finally told me this story, I reminded him that we had a septic tank in our house. So little fishy didn't escape to the ocean. He escaped to a septic tank and probably died.
I mean, he wasn't going to get to the ocean anyway.
No.
Have you ever seen like a water purification plant? You think a fish is
You've
getting
ruined
through that?
Many children's dreams. I'm not the one who said that, by the way. I'm just saying.
Sure.
If
Now,
your
what's this
parents
last one?
flushed your
All
fish
right.
down the toilet,
Right. Yeah.
wet their bed until they were 12.
No, not that one.
Well, that one's fairly
We're
self-explanatory.
fine with that.
That one's
That's
very
Fine.
self-explanatory.
Sure, I can see a chia seed
Spiritually
being a
connected
bedwetter.
to one of the seven dwarfs.
No, you've said one of their seven
They're
dwarfs,
spiritual
Yeah.
connected.
implying
That means to
that
be
every
one
chia
of
seed
them.
has 7 dwarves at their
And they
disposal,
pick-
and one
they
of
just
them
so happen
they feel
to
spiritually
relate.
connected to.
Yeah, and they coincidentally tend to relate a lot, not all the time.
Normally,
But a
don't.
good 6 out of 7 dwarves tend to match up with Snow White and the 7 dwarves.
A good 6 out of 7 dwarves tend to match up with Snow White and the 7 dwarves.
Yeah, so they're
What?
spiritual dwarves. The characteristics and the names they give those dwarves happen to match up with the same dwarves. Which is
So
why,
you're saying
as
every
we all
chia
know-
seed has 7 spiritual dwarves? Okay.
Yeah, but one king one. It's
One
why
more so than the
Snow
others.
White and the... It's why
You have a prime spiritual dwarf.
You've got a prime
you
have your
regular
spiritual
ones.
dwarf. Normally Doc.
Normally, dog.
Normally Doc.
Normally
What's
dog.
the
It's
least
done
common one?
by, because as we all know, when the last time too many people on the 1st of January got together, they accidentally made an animated film called Snow White and the Seven
Of
Dwarfs, and
course.
they kickstarted the animation industry. So if I'm not saying they're too rambunctious, but that's a pretty rambunctious thing to do, to make an entirely new style of cinema, just for the hell
Pretty
of it,
rambunctious.
Walt
Nope,
Disney,
yep, point taken.
born on the 1st of January.
On
Brilliant.
to the 2nd of January to
Wow.
whenever we decide.
Next up is Tenet. And I know what you're thinking.
Fuck
You mean Christopher Nolan's new movie?
Most
Tenet?
recent new movie.
Yes!
Chris, can I just say now, you should be aiming for about 4 syllables a sign if you want to get the. If
No,
you want to
we've
carry
already
on
blown that
doing
out of
that.
the water because he's saying he's doing
No.
this. The first one was just 1st of January, which does not work.
It doesn't. You could have made up for it if you put in like a long one.
I mean,
Just had 2 irregularities, one at the beginning, one at the end.
what you want?
Okay, so, as we all
Well,
know,
it's a lot-
this is from the 3rd of January until the
13th of February. Okay, that's a lot of
So-
time. That's quite a big one.
Yeah. it's a
Now,
big
I don't
one.
know much about Tenet, and also no spoilers for those
Yeah.
for those of the viewers who haven't seen it, which I think is everyone because it hasn't come out yet, but it probably will.
It
by
It
then.
has come out.
It
I've
came
seen
out
it.
like
Oh, okay.
yesterday.
Right, well, perfect. No spoilers. I know it's got something to do with
No
time.
spoilers.
So what are we
Yeah.
saying
Yes.
here? What's
Okay.
the
So, number one, they're always late.
Always.
They
Always
can never
late.
keep the time.
never keep them time?
Okay.
They're
Okay.
always late. Yeah.
Do they
you
have
know,
like a
you know,
do-over button?
I'm not stalling for time because I can't remember a certain actor's name. Don't even suggest that. Whatever you guys are thinking right now. So I'm not looking up the actor's name.
You're not looking at the. Well, I
There we
noticed
go.
another thing to pile on.
There we go, because I'm
haven't
finally
spelled
decided
the
independently
thing correctly.
to
You misspelled always.
He did.
I'm unhappy.
I also
Respectful.
think that Chris should be having
okay.
another
I've
sip of his
immediately
drink
forgotten how
soon,
to spell the name.
because I do want to see this go off the rails more so than it already
They
has.
have
Big
a big
crush on Robert
on
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what, the world's most
Yeah.
handsome man?
They always tend to be. Yeah.
Sure.
The statistically most handsome man or
Yeah.
something.
I don't care
And
for
also,
this non-research.
also stars in the movie Tenet. Coincidentally, unrelated
I'm sure.
to this.
Yeah.
Unrelated.
Does he have hot sex, or is
Is it
is big
because
fuck?
How Robert Pattinson is also
you suggest that Robert Pattinson defiles himself with the unsacred act of out of marriage intimacy?
I didn't assume. Hey, whoa! I
Disgraceful.
didn't. You're picking that up. I'm not putting it down. I didn't say anything. I just asked if he had.
I'm picking up what you said, and I'm
I just
shoving
said,
it in
is he
your
big
face.
fuck? I don't know. He might be.
He-
I know Christopher
I
Nolan's
would
a
say
fancy man.
from
he
his
might.
from his height, I believe he is medium to
Medium
medium
fuck.
high.
medium to medium high fuck.
to medium
Medium
high.
And now, are we
medium high
extrapolating
fuck.
that out to
On the
majority?
toaster,
Is that the Tenet?
he's a 4 on the toaster. When you've got your toaster
I
numbers,
see. Gotcha.
from like
Gotcha.
0
Gotcha.
to
Gotcha.
6,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
don't mean anything, he's
Yeah, yeah.
he's number 4.
So a Tenet's 4 out of 6 on
Don't
the toaster
talk to them
scale.
until they've had the pumpkin spice latte.
Ah, I see. Okay, we're continuing our theme
Just
of.
woke?
don't talk to them.
I mean, pumpkin spice
Until they've had
lattes
the
are
pumpkin
not
spice latte.
especially
You-
woke.
I just
No, they're not
just-
woke,
Okay.
but they are normal.
okay.
They're
They are not.
normie.
Okay.
Now, is Robert
So Tenet's are
Pattinson
normies.
is Robert Pattinson a Tenet himself, or because
No, probably not. Right.
I don't want to spoil the movie to say whether he is or not. I've been given strict instructions not to spoil the movie. Because as we all know, Tenet is an autobiography on the time traveller Robert Pattinson, and
I gotcha.
his interactions, maybe with himself as Tenet or maybe not. Who knows? I can't spoil anything. This is all hypothetical.
What else about
Um,
Tenets are we saying? It's
I'm
one of the
sure-
coldest, shittest times of year, at least
It
in
is.
our part of the world. Sick
Sick
of the British Museum
stealing their culture.
Gotcha.
We've had it, lads. We know what you've done, British Museum. You told the Maui people that you only had one Easter Island head, but actually you have a second one in Liverpool Museum, and you've not told them about it.
yeah, but
You heard
they're
it
studying
first.
it. But they're studying
I
it.
confronted
Chris.
the main curator of the British Museum with that one, and he just said, "How do you know?" And I said, "The curator at the Liverpool Museum told me so." When I was looking around their university, and he was like, "Officially, we don't." Officially,
No,
that's not-
no,
no
definitely
Island
not.
head.
Chris, are
But
you revealing national secrets here?
This isn't a joke this time. Legitimate.
This one's
They have
actually
not
true,
told
folks.
the Maui
We're doing some
people
investigative
that we
journalism.
have 2 Easter Island heads.
Are you
And one of them is
whistleblowing
in
here?
Liverpool.
We're whistleblowing here.
Yeah.
Everyone, if you know someone who's Maui or who lives on the eponymous Easter Island, do let them know.
Do let
The British Empire owes them 1 Easter
Yeah.
Island head.
Just imagine there's a
Just
massive post-it
Here
note
on-
out.
Not
How-
to. No, wait, I thought we said we gave 1 back or something.
No, we have two, but officially we
have
only
to.
have one.
back and we said
We
no.
have to.
That
We're
was
sorry.
2 years ago.
I'm just
I'm
imagining
sorry.
that somewhere out in the Easter Islands there's a massive
No.
post-it note that just says, I owe you one Easter egg.
They think we have one Easter Island egg. We have two. They came to ask for their one back, and we said no. So we still have 2 Easter Island eggs, or they think we have one.
Oh my god, we're the worst people. We've not only stolen their car, we're fucking their wife, and we're saying no, we're not giving the car back.
Yeah, I mean, we've done that with most cultures around the world. I mean,
Okay, and specifically only tenants care about this fact.
only tenants care
Which is
about
why,
it.
statistically speaking, it's never going to get fixed because
Yeah.
one
One
twelfth of the,
thirteenth.
co-
The
the
voting
world
populace
cares.
is against them, just statistically. No.
Well, I apologise.
Next one. No.
I am enjoying this, like, real insight into the workings of Chris's mind. Because
I mean, we feel like we're barely scratching the surface.
And finally, they don't know what cherry lipstick is, and at this point they're too afraid to ask.
What do you mean?
what does that mean?
I think you should ask. I'm not a tenant, so I fully understand. I don't understand where the confusion
Alright, which one
comes
are you?
from.
I don't know.
Have we not got
We're,
to you
we're
yet?
getting on to that next.
You're the
I'll be
next one.
Because
I'm
we
the
are
next.
still going by date of birth, aren't we? So, like...
Yeah. You know, we've got all of the dates. The 1st of January, the 3rd to the 13th of February.
Wait, hang on. How did we not pick this
How
up?
did I
Oh,
miss
no.
that?
Oh my god.
He's bamboozled both of us there.
Oh no.
I don't know what I bamboozled you about. We all know nobody's ever been born on the 2nd of January, which is where number 13 is going to come into play for when someone is born.
Ah, okay. Fantastic. Brilliant. You created a reason for people to
No.
listen to this podcast. Stay tuned for at the end
No.
when we explain the
Longevity.
clickbait.
Click-through
Now.
retention or whatever it's called.
Retention, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the retention rate.
The
Okay.
third zodiac sign is Astral Fisher.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm liking the branding, strong branding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
we're
the
doing...
Astrofisher associated with?
Well, would you like to hazard a guess, given that
Yeah.
we are talking to the one Astral Fisher?
Well, I'm sure he's going to tell
Yeah.
us soon, and I'm sure it's going to be inane and irreverent humour.
Yeah,
that
but would you like to
he
guess
is
one
known
thing?
for.
If you can think of one thing that will come up, is that your guess? Inane
One
humour.
thing.
Known for their inane humour.
Jointly owns
So,
the Twitch
starts
channel
off.
Astrofisher.
We all own it. I'm the only one who uses it for some reason, but everyone has access to it if you're born between the 14th and the 31st of February.
Oh yeah, that classic
So
date,
you
the
could-
31st
Yeah.
of February. I
So
love
we're
this.
going to be you're going to be posting the login details then.
I don't need to.
They'll be in the description or something.
They've already got.
They've
when you're
already
at
got
birth,
them.
it's on their birth certificate underneath
Is it-
their name, date
Man,
of
people never
birth,
read their birth
time and
certificates.
place,
There's
Is
a
it
lot of
like the
password to the
information on the birth
Astrofisher social
certificate.
media.
Is it like the Declaration of Independence in National Treasure, where you have to turn it over and it's on the back and lit up like of everyone's birth certificate is the login details to the Astral Fisher Twitch channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are a hive
Next
mind
up,
also.
We are-
Why we don't
mean-
tell each other about the password?
Ah,
Because we all
Perfect
already
sense.
know. It's pretty good. Next up, this is just a quick one. Eat chai seeds, food and people.
Oh, okay,
next
gotcha.
one is
that's a kind of a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, are we establishing a complicated food chain based on zodiac signs then? Because that'll be fun.
yeah. Yeah,
This is what happens.
I'm just telling you what the new zodiac signs are. I'm telling you the truth fact.
Oh, yeah,
The
we did the
establishment
maths.
doesn't want
I mean,
to
this
know.
is what happened to everyone who was born on the 2nd of January. Is they got eaten by the Astral Fishers, and now they're moving on to the
Moving
1st
on
of
to the
January. Slowly, Astral Fisher is going to take over the entire the entire
Eat
year.
the souls of all of the other the years.
Mm. There will be one sign.
We want
and
the
it will
Fruit
be
Line and
Astral
Sexy R
Fisher.
one podcast to be released, Jacko W. Where is it?
We know about the podcast, Jacko W. We're on to you.
Where is it?
Where's the podcast?
Where is it? What happened to it?
Jacko
I heard
W, what
something
happened to it?
What
Something's happened to the podcast. We know about
something
it.
happened to the Fruit Line. Why are cherries only halfway towards true good? And why are
Wait,
toxels
stop!
sexy?
No, you can't. No, stop it! Stop it! You can't be giving out forbidden lore. That's for the deep web only.
I'm
That's
just
not
telling.
allowed.
I'm just telling the people what they want to know from the
It's not. You
forbidden
can't.
episode.
It can't tell them.
It was too sexy for air. It got too hot and steamy. We were all naked for it.
YouTube doesn't allow
Su-
boy nipples.
Susan from Big Susan, head of YouTube,
Big
called
old,
us up
big Suze.
and said, "You can't air this one, lads. It's too sexy." So we had to go to Pornhub, and then whoever's in charge of Pornhub called up and said, "It's too sexy, lads. You can't upload it on Pornhub."
It's too raucous.
Are there any other core
Don't
traits
worry.
of the Astral Fisher Zodiac sign human beings? I have nothing to contribute to this one. It feels like it's very much Chris's
This
own.
one is very much
James Cameron. Thanks.
James Cameron.
Sorry, James Cameron.
Cameron.
James Camaro.
James
It's
Cameron.
James Cameron when he's on holiday to the Bahamas. He becomes James Cameron.
Why does he become
Why does he
Cameroon?
become when he goes
Like
to the Bahamas?
Caribbean. It's a play on words.
No, it isn't a play on
It's,
words.
it's closer to Cameroon, which is in Africa.
You wouldn't understand. You're not an astral fisher. Only
Oh,
astral
okay.
fishers would understand this.
So this is one of those cheeky hive mind in jokes that you get all the time.
I mean,
Feisty.
it sounds
Feisty.
like feisty.
Don't talk to me until I've had my screwdriver.
He's feisty,
Don't
not
talk
feisty.
to me until I've had.
Oh,
Right, what's the next?
I can't wait for the next one.
Good bacon.
Oh, that's
because-
me.
Your birthday's coming up soon.
It's me. What am I? I feel like he's gonna slag me and all my boys off.
Well, I can't wait till we get to what is it, October, and we get the inevitable Aston Villa ripping into.
Ah, yes. Why now, Matt? Why would Aston Villa be associated with October?
I don't know. It's just
That make
I'm
any
sure.
sense.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Good
it'll
and
become
bad,
relevant.
excellent making. Good bakers also. We're the loot boxes. Ah, okay.
Loot boxes.
I'm
sure it'll all
interested
make
to see. You
sense.
never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates, only worse, and you paid more money for it, and also you're addicted to gambling now.
And as we all know, people. I can't make that joke again. That one got me. That one led to a break. I had to clarify that I was joking.
Now, Matt, what joke was that?
Now,
Would you like?
first of March to the 15th of April, rip off on Stacked Against You.
Stakes
Unlikely
Against
to be
You.
legendary, full of common muck. Just
common muck.
few things that I know resonate with loot boxes.
And even if you get something good, it's always just cosmetic.
Even if you get something good, someone else has got
Superficial.
something better.
Nothing of substance.
Someone else will have something better.
Guaranteed.
British
Grass is
government wants to ban them.
banned from
Belgium.
You're not allowed in Belgium, mate. How do you
rapid
feel about that?
the rapidly displaced population of loot boxes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a refugee crisis soon. Just
Sorry,
you
Belguim, not Belgium.
Belguim.
Belgium.
Belguim said, no, we are European country. We are Belgium.
Belgium.
We say no.
Belgium is the European country all the rich people go to, which doesn't exist.
It's where all the rich people go when they die. They go to Belgium.
Yeah.
It's
where
directly
Tupac
underneath
is in
Greece.
Walt
It's
Disney.
it's suspected to be Hades. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
What else?
it's where
What else
Walt-
is happening with the loot boxes? Do they have any relationships to the other ones?
Hairy.
Right. Okay. Well, you know what? Can't deny. You heard it here first. I feel like he's writing something. I always waiting. It's like a loot box itself. You know?
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what he said.
It's highly
Main Reinhardt
randomised.
is a
Is
Reinhardt.
it
maid.
Reinhard main?
It's a Reinhardt maid.
As in the river Rhine in Germany, hard for
Well,
that?
it's because they're not really allowed to play Overwatch, so they have to play Overwatch, and they play
Overwatch.
Reinhardt. It's the Chinese App Store rip-off of Overwatch.
There are so many of those.
All
I can't remember
proceeds
the
go
name.
to the Chinese government.
You've left a D out of the first one and a T out of the second one.
I don't question it at this point. Just go with the inept spelling mistakes.
Inept spelling mistakes, indeed.
Yeah.
I know he's writing something. I can see the cogs
Yeah.
turning.
Yeah.
Complains about Ashraf Fisher spelling. So you're saying everyone who was born between the 1st and the 15th of April, the 1st of March, 15th of April, complains about everyone from the 14th of Feb to the 31st of Feb.
Yeah, they all complain about their own spelling.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Everyone who's
Soggy
a
boys.
loot
Well, the
box.
soggy boys. Okay.
They're
Well,
soggy boys.
fantastic.
So just to recap, because I wasn't able to talk much there, I was pretty much on a roll because I already had this day kind of sorted out in my head.
Have you?
Loot boxes. 1st of March to the 15th of April. They're a complete rip-off. If you think loot boxes are okay, I'm sorry to say, but you're being psychologically manipulated by the man, and that's not very woke.
The AAA video games industry has got you by the balls.
Yeah, they've got you by the balls, and they're going to make you spend another £5,000, and they're not even going
That's
to give you
graphic,
Cristiano
man.
Ronaldo.
And not even going to get you Cristiano Ronaldo, man. You're not even going to get a shiny skin or a speckled
Yeah.
skin or
Or a speckled skin, or a
gun
Buff
that-
Orpington skin,
or a
or a
gun
silky
that has
skin.
it tells you how many people you shot in the balls with it, or
Yeah.
the big rare one that's worth a lot of money that's like all see through.
Big rare one.
What?
Man, I really nearly got the big rare one once, but I didn't because of those pesky loot boxes. Right,
What's the
carrying
next
on
one, Chris? What's
from the next
sign?
one. I think we're making a mistake
No,
by
I love- I also love
allowing
the
him
fact-
to create every single one of them.
No, we're not.
You're just sort of we wound him up and we're just watching him go. Oh, dwarves. Okay, gotcha.
Dwarf.
Ah, yes. If we don't have elves later on, I'll be annoyed.
No, there's no elves.
There's no elves.
Just
Is there elves?
dwarves.
Why are there
What?
dwarves in space but not elves?
I'm surprised that the dwarves aren't hairy,
Hairy.
Nah,
yeah.
they're not really.
but they hairier. Then we get to the Chewbaccas, who are
The
just
Forgotten
hairier.
month.
The forgotten month. People always forget about the month between April and June.
I was really hoping you were going to say. You were so close to saying it. April and June.
You know, people always go January, February, March, April, June, July,
June.
August, September, October, November, December.
And the other
January?
So
It's
is
because
much
people
known
normally-
about the dwarves then?
Much known about the dwarf.
They like living underground. Greedy,
Are they
filthy
Yeah,
capitalists.
reclused, lazy? Well, not well,
No, not
yeah.
lazy. They're industrious.
but quite keep themselves to themselves.
They're curmudgeonly.
That's a big word.
It's a big word that dwarves never use big words.
No.
They have a strict 3 syllables or lower policy.
Much like our sign names was meant to be. But,
Wait, was it 12 divided by
well, 4.
3? I can't do maths.
They're like the
I don't know.
forgotten month.
So
They're
they
rarely
don't-
seen,
Well,
and they all
52.
live in an industrious underground community that spans worldwide.
Pickaxes used as currency.
So they all have access to the tunnels below the earth.
Racist towards elves. Yes, agreed.
They're racist towards elves. Yes.
Do they all believe that conspiracy theories were an inside job? Well, they're alcoholics.
They're definitely alcoholics.
Do they have tinfoil hats?
Yeah.
Don't talk to them until they...
Pumpkin
Prosecco.
spice
Yeah.
Prosecco.
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 Are these
Don't talk
logical
to
dwarves?
Prosecco.
They love their
Prosecco?
assembly lines. We're going to have a
Potato,
Prosecco.
you know? What even
Well-
are words at this point? That is a social construct. If you really
Well,
Did you
I've
just
never
put
seen
yourself-
someone drink a pint
Sorry.
that had all of the alcohol ever.
No.
But I'm watching it happen before.
Sorry,
and
did I
he's
just
got
watch
halfway down, and he's like,
did I-
"What even is a word?"
Did I just watch Chris hit himself in the head with a coin? Because I saw something flick up and it looked like it twatted you
You're being
in the
fooled
head.
by the power of the 3 dimensions.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know it's confusing.
I wish I could be drinking what Chris is drinking.
And they're two-dimensional.
2-dimensional.
I don't mean physically, because that would be impossible. This isn't ridiculous. I'm not trying
No,
to run a
they
circus
perceive
here. I
the
mean,
world.
Their
in
personality is
2-dimensional.
very
Oh, they're
two-dimensional.
2-dimensional. They have
They're
2
very
defining
two-faced.
traits. Oh, they're 2-faced as well. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I think Matt should contribute at least 1 star sign.
Oh,
Okay, never mind.
This is not what I'm here for. I'm here to just sit and react, much like you are.
I'm gonna do one eventually. I think it's partly the problem is that
Are
the
you
problem is
sure?
the delay. Like by the
Are you sure you're gonna get a go?
yeah, I'm gonna get a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, what are elves? Are elves? It's the 5th.
Quaint
the-
and
What if he doesn't do them right?
I mean, none of these are particularly in line with each
The
other.
5th of the
They-
Forgotten to the 42nd of June. Well,
exactly.
it was always going to end up like this, wasn't it?
No.
Don't know how
Just wait a
calendars
second.
work. Gotcha.
I've just put that down because it's what the elves say, despite what everyone else tells them, which is only 31 days in every month.
So elves
Every
kind
month.
of the elves kind of the black
Every month.
sheep. Are the elves kind of the black sheep of the Zodiac, where they're the
No,
ones
they're
who are
elves. How
like.
dare you
No, the
suggest
black
such
sheep
a
are
thing?
the black
They're
sheep
actual
of the.
people.
You idiot!
I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on.
The black sheep Zodiac are the black sheep ones. You buffoon.
Look,
Now,
I
as we all
didn't.
know-
I clearly didn't get a
Racist
copy of this
towards dwarves.
Zodiac ahead of time. I'm
What do you
sorry.
mean? We're not. They're real. We're just
We're
writing them
making
down.
the Zodiac signs. How would you have a copy? Then our job would be done. Then we'd be copying the Zodiac signs.
No, we are in
You
a
didn't
sense.
even get the memo.
They're up there.
I mean, I'm working my ass off here, lads. Working my ass off. Trying to make content for this
He's
podcast.
feistier. He's getting so much feistier.
I'm a feisty
He's
boy.
The spirit,
He's about. To...
the spirit of James Cameron.
Look at the Zodiac signs. They've told you this.
Right, the
So
race
the-
of
The
dwarves.
feistier I get, the soggier Jacko W becomes.
Tell me
I'm
more.
feeling very soggy.
Tell me more about elves.
Tell me a story about elves, Chris.
What else do
Now,
elves
what's
do?
an elf
What else are they
called
known
John, who didn't live that long. He got hit by a car. And he died. He was very
Well, I don't know what I was expecting. Okay, they don't live long. That's what we got from that.
for? He's really tickled himself with that one.
I'm proud of how proud he is about that.
I had your vote going there. You thought I was making a limerick. But
You're on the edge of your
I
seat.
did a doozy.
I mean, John and Long don't even rhyme.
Not even close, no. What else about elves? Why don't they
sunburn
live?
easily.
Why do they sunburn easily?
Because they never go out in the sun. If you don't go out in the sun, you're going to sunburn easily because you don't spend enough time in the sun and you don't get used to it. Jesus.
Okay,
Are they night elves?
Yeah, where do they spend their days?
Where do they? Yeah, what are they up
In
to?
the library because they are
Nerds.
a bunch of nerds. Up
Okay, bunch of nerds. How does this tie into the racism with the dwarves? Is it like a sort of alpha, omega sort of bullying dichotomy?
The dwarves and the elves, the deism of the calendar.
Probably post on Reddit.
And they are beta
Oh,
cups
no.
who probably post on Reddit on
Oh,
r/insects.
Oh, that is.
Oh, Lord.
if you're born between the 5th of the Forgotten Month and the 42nd
You know what?
of June,
I'm sorry.
When I started
I'm so
this,
sorry.
I thought that the 1st of March to the 15th of April was going to be the harshest one, but I don't know what I just did there. But I've suddenly turned
gone
the
so
Forgotten
savage.
Months to June.
It turns out, fuck elves. Apparently.
this is why we forget about the month of elves, because they're all terrible people.
Terrible bastards.
Yeah.
Even though the dwarves are just as
and as I
racist the
said
other
at the
way,
beginning-
it's still worse. It's still worse.
As he said at the beginning.
As he said at the beginning,
Do you remember what he said at the beginning?
I don't remember what he said at the beginning.
I don't remember what he
Well,
said 2 seconds ago.
he said most of the things most of the time. So, addicted to
Yeah.
pachinkos.
As I said in the beginning, as I said right at the beginning, everything that we say in this podcast, 100% is from Zodiac side. So don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, it's not me,
This
man.
is coming from the high.
He's channeling.
a couple.
Truly
He's gotten through the
channeling
widest point of
Zodiac.
that glass.
Voices.
I think. Maybe it's going to get easier before it gets worse.
I very much doubt that.
Addicted to pachinko machines.
Yep.
You know.
We haven't done a lot
This
of
is
predicting the
strange
future with
because
these.
all
with
of the
these
words
guys.
I could have missed. All of the words I could have misspelt. I
Yeah.
think I've spelt pachinko correctly.
Yeah, you did a very good job there.
Which, amazing, isn't it?
It is really quite amazing.
Strange how the drunk brain works.
We haven't done enough prediction yet with these. We've got.
And they like animals.
No, that's not a prediction either. We've got to do
It's
some future
prediction
stuff.
time.
It's not a prediction.
No, the predictions kind of come like separate to the general deep meanings of.
Get Matt knowing all about astrology. Matt, are
Like-
you an expert in astrology?
Not at all. I did astronomy. That's
I'll have you know, I did astronomy. I did a real science.
I think. But how can you predict something that's a general like these
Using
these
your star
statements?
sign. Read a book, Matthew.
What I'm saying is, no, I don't want to read a book.
Do it now. Say one. Do a prediction.
A prediction?
Yes.
I reckon that Chris is going to come out with some outlandish next one
That's
name
a-
for this Zodiac. Oh, there we go.
That's an easy and lame weak source prediction.
I didn't say it had to be. You never said it had to be outlandish.
I didn't know. Just
Or like an impressive.
elves
Or
likely
impressive.
to continue breathing. I mean, what are we doing here? How do you even pronounce that, Chris? Come on, help me out.
Kakapo.
Kakapo.
What is a
Do you not know
kakapo?
what a kakapo is? They are
seems like I don't.
land parrots who live off 3 islands from New Zealand, and they can't fly, and they are the most adorable thing. And I distinctly remember I asked you a question recently.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
what do you prefer,
are you-
kiwis or kakapos?
Yeah,
and
are you a
nobody answered
kiwi?
my question.
Are you a kiwi or are you a kakapo?
No one answered my question. On
'Cause
are
I
you a
don't know
kiwi
anything
or are
about
you a
kakapos.
kakapo?
I feel
I,
like
for
I'm a
one-
Kiwi by default.
Yeah, I for one strongly
Don't worry.
side
I know
with
this is
the
going to
kiwi,
completely mess up your recording.
whereas
but
I know that
will-
Chris is a proper kakapo.
I love
Is he?
kakapos.
Is he?
Chris
Please
is
Please
a
don't.
you'll know what a kakapo is when you see one because they're
yeah.
the bird from the meme where he does this.
This is a kakapo.
His head goes
Everyone
round
take
and
a
round
good
in a
hard
circle
look.
like that.
No, that's a cockatoo. What?
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah, I've seen these things.
Kakapo. Look at
I've
this.
seen these things.
This
There
is
we
a
go, pretty.
kakapo.
They do this. In
And
the
as you
moon.
know, there's
In
that
the-
one up in the
Brilliant.
stars, chilling, and he's doing that, and he's doing the head thing.
The stars move around in a circle because they're
It's
orbiting
cool, yeah,
around some
it's-
sort of like massive star in the centre.
Don't read into it, alright? Don't try and explain the Kakapo. His motions are beguiling and erratic. We can't possibly hope to. Why is he walking around? Get rid of the Kakapo.
I think you've just given.
Anyway, there's the kakapo.
There's
For anyone who doesn't know
there's a
what
little
it
bit of a Kakapo intermission.
is. Kakapo intermission.
So we're halfway in, so I
better
just want
give a
everyone
note
to
of that.
react,
I want-
relax,
That-
take a break, just
Well,
look
I-
at the Kakapo.
They're
Kakapo,
erratic.
If you need a drink, go get one now. You know, if you need a drink, if you need to go, if you need
Don't
to do
worry,
anything,
we'll wait.
If you need to tuck your children into bed, don't worry. It's
This is-
kakapo time.
This is the intermission.
You know that like tabloid magazine, Take a Break. Or what? No, it wasn't called
Yeah.
Take a Break. What was it called? Was it called Take a Break?
There was.
So they were just like, "Oi, sit down, stop working, read this piece of shit, and have a Mars bar, and then carry on with your day." This is the star sign for those people who would have read that.
Have a
Get this Kakapo out of my face. Why is he? Why
I'm
is
just waiting for people to come back from their break to ask.
No.
I don't know.
they have the pause function?
I don't.
The
I don't-
Kakapo knows.
I don't understand why. I mean, we can talk about this afterwards. Why can't I see the Kakapo on the?
You can't see him.
Why
on-
can't I see the kakapo?
I can see him on the screen, but I can't see him on my
Stop
screen.
the podcast. To be fair, he was on my screen a lot longer before he was on that.
He's not he's not popped up on my screen. I could see him on Jamie's screen, but not my screen.
Evidently, whatever your star sign was, can't see Kakapos.
I think it's because I aside too strongly with the kiwi.
Oh, we're not doing Kiwis later, are we?
Oh, it's
No.
Chris. Anything could happen.
Good at the slots. What is it with you and gambling today?
Pachinkos.
Because
We've
July
had
is the
pachinkos, we've had
7th
loot
month,
boxes,
so
we've
it
had
goes
slots.
Ding ding 777. Wow.
No, but
amazing.
you've had a lot of gambling based debauchery in this
I think
particular.
you're reading into this too far.
My mistake. You know what, that's on me. I'm
I've
sorry.
Any
I've just seen how much of
between-
his drink he's had since.
Well, yeah, they're good at the slot machines.
Okay.
And surprisingly, everybody who is a kakapo has kakapo as their spirit channel.
Is that true?
Well, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, no, because I don't have loot boxes as my spirit animal.
I don't know if you know that for sure, Jamie.
I'm so certain that it's not a loot box. Childlike innocence of the Kakapo. I feel like the Kakapo, the pictures you showed me, is pretty street smart.
I think
Kinda,
the Kakapo is hiding something from everyone. Like there is something going on behind
got-
those eyes.
It's got eyes rotten by the painful deceit and paranoia of a true liar, doesn't he?
Yeah, like
Also,
Nothing
we have
to hide.
kakapos.
I don't know if I
Kakapos,
agree with
they have
that.
a childlike innocence.
Everything to hide. This is the shadiest possible Zodiac.
They have a fear of heights, and you know, I've got a lot of these from asking people who are in all of these months, and everyone in the Kakapo one all told me very sincerely, and they told me to make sure I understood that they had absolutely nothing to hide, and I don't know why I can't believe them. I didn't even ask them if they had anything to hide.
No.
As soon as I walked in the room, they were just like, I have nothing to hide. Listen to me. There's nothing going on here. There is nothing to hide. And I was like, oh, that's nice. I'm glad they're letting me know that, so I feel safer around them. It's very, very thoughtful of people.
Wow.
Kakapos. Birds without plans. Definitely no plans here. Not
Yeah.
scheming.
No hidden agenda.
Yeah.
Very, very happy. Not planning anything.
Now, I don't want to get religion into this, but we all know everyone who's been born
Buddhists.
on the 29th of July end up converting to Buddhism.
It's a fact of life.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it. Take that, atheists.
Checkmate.
Checkmate, atheists. What else are we saying about Kakapo? I feel like they like berries a lot, but I don't know where I'm getting that vibe. Maybe it's because the last picture of the Kakapo had berries in it.
Maybe.
Who can say what's going on in his little head?
Yeah.
Oh, that, okay. They gather at Stonehenge
And they love berries as well.
on the 6th
Wow,
full
yes, I
I don't
moon
know
of
why
the
they
year.
go there.
Even if they don't live in England.
Yeah.
The 6th full
they
moon
all
of
fly
the year.
in. Great for our tourism. Absolutely fantastic. It's just a bunch of rocks,
I don't get it,
which
man. What's
happens
the
to be a
deal?
burial site and to.
What's the
Yeah,
deal
it's a
with
burial site.
Stonehenge?
It's not a burial site.
Well, it's not a burial site. It's connected to a load of burial sites through a path
Yeah,
of
but
rocks
it's-
that connects underneath. And it used to have a load of wooden pillars around them, which used to be set on fire, from what you can tell from the charge remains and the stump bases.
Yeah, man. We
Yeah,
probably
no.
burned a load of people there. on
It was a
solstices
very
and that.
normal place that people.
What a-
It was kind of like Stonehenge was the mall, was your grandfather's mall.
I was just thinking that it's like a supermarket, but
Yeah,
for
it is.
religious purification
Well,
of,
it's not like
of
a
sinful
supermarket.
people.
Because a supermarket, you wouldn't go to a supermarket with your mates on a Saturday night to go watch.
No,
the
you're
Grammy
right. It's
Friday
Nando's,
13th
really, isn't it?
But you
It's
would go
basically
to the
Nando's.
mall to go
It's
with
like-
all of your friends.
It's
You know,
the
put
druidic
a pound
Nando's.
coin into the little car and just have. You know, it's pretty good. You know, and in the UK, I know people might get confused. So when I say mall, just put in that place
Shopping
a-
centre.
Shopping centre. You forgot the word.
motorway services.
Mate, I think you should
Um,
Brexit off. You're clearly not. I don't think
I'm
you're
saying
properly
motorway
integrated
services.
with British culture. You forgot the name for shopping centres.
Yeah.
What's going on? They love berries. What else do they hate? What do they hate? We should have a love and a hate for every single one, because that's a classic
I don't have
horoscope
room
thing.
for love and a hate.
Oh no, he's already got something else that he's adding in. Bugger.
What could it be? What could it be? I'm running out of things to say to fill the time whilst Chris is typing.
This one's flawed.
This
It's a flawed system here.
And we have to deal with the delay as well, so it's
Yeah.
slightly longer.
Oh, he's fucked it anyway.
Will
They just
retire
hate
to New
Legend.
Zealand and hate Legend.
They hate Legend.
They hate Legend.
Legend Zelda.
Legend Zuda.
They'll catch up in a second, lads. Don't worry. They'll catch up in a second once they see it. There you go. I couldn't fit it all in, so I had to.
No, I can tell that.
Contract the word legend down.
Legend Zelda.
Yeah, they will retire to. New
That's true.
Zealand.
Sorry, Chris, was that your attempt to say that we would catch up with what you'd written, even
Yeah.
though what you write comes
Because
at the
on
same
my-
time?
on my side,
it's
you were
Yeah,
just,
for
way
us,
behind.
there's no,
it's just
there's
for
no-
you. We're really far behind. So we'd already corrected it and seen the correction, and then you go, "Don't worry, lads,
They'll
they'll
catch
get
up,
it."
you idiots.
Don't worry, lads. You're gonna get there eventually. I know this message is gonna get to you in the
So the next star sign I'm assuming is kiwi brackets fruit, because I don't think it would be wise to have two birds in the same
Honestly,
zodiac list.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like Kiribati as the next.
Oh, that's a deep cut. I don't know what that is.
Kiribati is a country, isn't it, or an island?
Discriminating. Okay.
discriminating.
Explain. No, first of all, explain what's the. We haven't done any of the constellations for any of these, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I just
Well,
kind of hope you forgot
we could
about
do
that.
that. at
Well,
the
I was
end.
thinking Tenet would just be a big titty, but
No, it
What-
looks like the movie poster for the movie Tenants.
just the whole
It's
poster.
where Christopher Nolan got his inspiration from.
Oh, I see. You looked up at the start,
Which is
saw
why
the
I chose
poster.
it.
I was like, how come no one made a film about this poster? This
He looked up and he was like,
waste opportunity.
yeah. Christopher Nolan looked up and he said, "Wow, I should definitely cast John David Washington and Robert Pattinson in my new movie because then it would match up with that star constellation for Tenet."
So
yeah, it looks like the movie
discriminating.
poster. Astral Fisher, we're just basically just copying the star sign for Pisces. Don't worry about that. Then loot boxes, it randomizes each year.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Makes sense.
What else would it do?
But normally looks like low tier Premier League players coming out of a box on a card, usually with a bronze background. Then the dwarves and the elves, they kind of appear at the same time. The dwarf comes first, and then you see the elf firing the arrow towards them, whilst the dwarf's kind of throwing a axe at them.
They
Which, you know,
eternally
look up at the
gonna
night
do
sky
battle.
at the moment. Yeah.
They never, no one ever wins.
Yeah, seeing as it is currently we're in the Forgotten Month, you'll be able to see it up in the night sky tonight. Anyway, Kakapo is it looks like a Kakapo.
We're not at all in the Forgotten Month.
And discriminating
Shut up.
is between the 30th of July till
I mean,
the,
that's dating the episode and just
23rd.
dating it wrong.
Oh, what do you mean? I'm not dating it wrong. Do you want to? What day is it then? If we're not within the Forgotten Month at the moment.
Well, I thought it was.
I thought
least...
I was under the assumption we were recording these all in a vacuum of time.
Look,
and
I
we're
am
not
100%
actually-
certain
There is no time.
that since I'm in a room with no windows and no way to tell the time, that
I'm
enough
sure he
time has
knows.
passed that we're
Yes.
definitely in the Forgotten Month.
Surely
by
for
now.
you more than anyone else, you shouldn't be even at
All
like,
he's been doing is
in
keeping time.
Anyway, keeping time.
He's been counting
We've been
seconds,
here
and
for
he's
months,
definitely he
haven't
hasn't messed it up.
Discriminating.
I
You haven't
messed
written
it
a
up.
thing.
Are you saying I counted wrong?
I think that got established in a
I
previous
have.
episode. That might have been the fruit episode, though. I don't remember. There was one where you definitely said something about being off by a few days.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm gonna
discriminating.
pretend like we set up that canon. Eats
It-
kiwis
No.
and
We
eat
just want to
kiwis.
eliminate this.
Not both, just the
Yeah.
fruit and the bird.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Well,
seem
once-
very
and-
discriminatory.
And you have differentiated the two by capitalising the verb,
Both.
not the noun.
Yeah.
Eat
So I'm glad
kiwis
So I'm
and
glad
eat
it's not going to
kiwis.
be any confusion on which one's which. Brilliant. I'll ask you this at the end of the podcast. Which one's which.
Also, I like how they're both commands. It's not even, eat kiwis
And eat kiwis.
and eat kiwis. So, what's the significance of discriminating? I feel like we've got a very discriminatory theme because we've had the racist Zodiacs already, and now we've got another thing about discriminating. Care to enlighten us, Chris?
Give him a second.
Right, man.
What's it gonna be?
You're so good at podcasts.
Oh.
I want to take.
Don't worry, this one's going to be a while, lads. You can
Tell
say
everyone.
something if you want.
I'm just gonna congratulate ourselves on how good we are
We
at
were,
making
we,
podcasts.
we were doing alright earlier.
We were
were
doing
filling
so
the time
well.
quite
We were
well.
on fire. We were just going, and now
We were
we've
doing alright. We were on fire, and we still are on fire.
Well,
And
you are.
anything
I'll
that
give it
anyone
to you.
says
You
opposite
are-
that
you are-
is
you are definitely on a
hearsay
roll.
and incorrect. Quite
However, we are kind of. It's like we're both chronologically out of sync with you, and also like spiritually out of
Yeah.
sync with you.
Because we're not all Astral Fisher. We're not part of that
That's
hive
it.
mind.
That's it. We're not. part of
You're
the Hive
you're a loot
Oh, he's
box.
saying-
You're too,
he said
you're
some
too
things.
random.
Mind. Wants to
Yeah.
end the discrimination of unfair jail sentences to those with marijuana felons.
Okay.
Neat.
They're
Awesome.
really
I'm-
passionate about it.
They really
They're
care.
very passionate about it. And you know what? Maybe the fact that people who commit mass fraud on the stock market getting fines they are easily able to pay off to people in disadvantaged positions who have possession charges of marijuana penalties getting multiple years in prison. Maybe there's a discrepancy there. Or maybe that's just the people who are born in the discriminating era likes to think. They are the wokest of our generation.
The wokest of our generation. Only our generation. For other generations, it's just business as
Yeah,
usual.
it shifts around. As do the star signs,
So,
which is
like-
why we'll have to redo this one
Yeah.
in 20
Yeah.
minutes time.
That's frustrating.
So the wokest of our generation has probably been applied to a few of these in the past. And
I mean, let's just forget the chia seeds at this point. They don't count. It's only one day.
when chia seeds become the wokest of this generation, of the generation,
There won't be many woke people around.
There won't be. And what's that going to do to society?
Isn't that interesting? What an interesting theory. Maybe the dwarves will finally usurp the elves, because there'll be no one to tell them to stop being so racist.
Maybe the Forgotten Month will just die out, and there will be no elves and dwarves.
I mean, it's already forgotten. It's basically done for.
Well, exactly. So when the chia seeds eventually become the wokest again, by that time, we'll have a whole new calendar, and we'll get to do this all again. And that'll be episode 45.
No.
Say they are
and
allergic
they're also
to bananas,
intuitive and musical.
but when they actually fear them, intuitive, musical.
Is that bananas without the A's?
It's bananas.
Well, I had to make space for musical, so yes.
Because you had to write in wants to end the discrimination of unfair jail sentences to those with marijuana felonies, when there's certainly no shorter word for marijuana or felonies. Genius. Right, what's the next one? Come on, we're nearly there.
Yeah, I mean,
We've got, what is it, 4 more, 5
nearly
more
there.
to do.
I just want to make sure, I've had a lot of people coming over to me and kind of saying a lot of shit about my spelling.
It's what we're here for, Chris.
Yeah, we're basically
Yeah,
just a
it's,
sort of unnecessarily sophisticated spell checker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Why is that one so small?
Why is it disappeared? Okay.
There we go.
Gatanathoa.
Gatanathoa.
Yeah, which we all know what it is, so
Yep.
Yeah,
much
Gatanathoa.
explanation about that.
Classic.
Yeah.
I love a good Gatanathoa. I'm always on me Gatanathoa
Oh,
on an afternoon.
See, I've been to Gatanathoa, and I really
have you?
enjoyed the Gatanathoans. And
How have
They
you
were
been
lovely
to
people.
Katanatella? I don't think you know what Katanatella is.
I don't think you know how to say
He's
it.
already mispronouncing it.
Do you think I made up a word? Wow. You've really
Do you
embarrassed
think I really
yourself
made up a
in front
word?
of myself
And then also,
and Jacko W, who both know what that word means.
even though it's occasionally pronounced Gatanatella.
It's definitely pronounced Gatanatella.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
like the chocolate spread.
There are invisible L's and silent H's. It's just, don't question it. So what we ascribing to the Gatanatoans?
So
they
the
want to raise
Gatanatoans
that Eldritch
want to-
Lord, which
Of
is where their
course.
name comes from.
Yes.
Of course. Oh, by the way, we didn't explain this, but the Zodiac sign for discriminating. If you look at the stars, it looks like discriminating, and if you look at
Gatanatella.
that also looks like him himself. So,
Him itself, what it is, it looks like Gatanatella.
It looks like it. Yeah.
It. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with that sentence. It looks like it.
It looks like it.
Is a 100% factually correct sentence.
You know when mathematicians don't feel that they're quite getting the point across with 2 lines for the equals and they need the third one.
Mm.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Compatible with shit.
Yeah. I thought, we've gone kind of in a direction, and I thought Chelsea was being a little left out, so I thought we'd tie them back in.
Well, what if the chia seeds are part of the Gatanatoa prophecy, right? And that they need them to raise the Eldritch Lord. They're the secret ingredient.
They are the
That's why they're
seeds.
so
I'm not
compatible.
gonna raise
They are the seeds.
I'm not.
They are the seeds
I'm
of
not
the Lord
Gatanatona.
that will rule the end of days.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're Mr. Lootbox. You.
You're Mr. Lootbox.
Box,
Shut
sir.
up, you fucking filthy
Stay in your
capitalist.
box. I don't even know where the pot is at the moment.
No, I
No.
can't remember what's a Leo. Which
What's
one's that?
a Leo is
What's
a
a Leo?
Gatanatoa.
Is it?
Yeah. Or
I'll
well,
say it is.
it kind of overlaps
Definitely.
between discriminating and Gatanatoa, but Yeah. Just about.
So you want to raise the Eldritch Lord, huh? That's pretty.
No,
pretty,
it's more of a discriminating, really. Now that I think
pretty
about
immoral. Sure, yeah, no, I'll take it. You can't. What's for us?
Yeah.
How long have we been going
They
for?
support
Someone
Fulham.
check,
They're
please.
really big
like
Fulham
an hour and a half at this point.
Oh, that's alright, that's not
nearly. Well, we started at like 10 to 9, 10, I think. No,
No,
we started
no,
at
I
half
can't
9.
remember. It's 10 to
I don't know. We started.
Favourite Simpson character?
We've been going a long
okay.
time.
Prefer
cereal.
Was naked
So-
during. Well, hang. But
Are you trying to define this as me and doing a very bad job at it? Because you've got the wrong.
I think I figured out what's
No.
happened, Matt. I think I know what's happened. He's finished the drink.
No,
has he
I'm
had
about
that
to
moment
finish
of
the drink.
He's
he's
about
gonna
to
have,
finish the drink.
when he finishes it, he's gonna have that moment of clarity and seen what he's
Yeah.
done and gone, oh
He's going
Jesus.
to. He's going to
Yay!
ascend to the undrunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Right,
that's
what's the
how
10th
alcohol
one? Hit me.
works.
Yeah.
Let's speed round these last couple.
It's Aston Villa.
It's
Hell
Aston
yeah,
Villa, of course
Aston
it is.
Villa. Inane, small, pathetic,
Big calves.
delusions of grandeur, big calves,
Big calves. Definitely known for their big calves.
love canals, long walks on the beach, deep
Question.
and intimate understanding of the finer points of Dadaism.
Hey, we got that back in there.
I'm weaving them all back in. Loves baguettes. Four-dimensional. Anyways, let's see what Chris actually wrote, because none of that would have been true.
Some of
I'm
it
just
might have made
putting out there.
some of it might have made an
kinda-
appearance. Some of it
might
might
have
not.
filtered into the depths of his complicated brain.
His hive mind. We may
You
have
can
tapped
look at
into the hive
look at the
mind.
focus. We've
I know,
we've
yeah.
got
Yes.
As we all, I don't really want to repeat what we did in the Premier League podcast, so just watch
Nope, that's fine.
that episode for it. And also, they are all silly boys with curly hair. Anyway,
right. Okay. Gotcha.
I honestly, at this point, do you ever question what we're doing when we're doing it?
I don't question anything. If I question things, we wouldn't have done this show.
Because
I don't think.
I think I got about 2 episodes in before I just stopped.
It's like I've decided that we have to just let Chris
I
do
mean,
it.
like normally I'd go, hang on, isn't the 31st of October Halloween? And then I get told, no, you're wrong. I've already had it happen once to me in this episode alone, or maybe twice.
No,
I don't
Matt.
even remember at this point. I just know that I'm wrong.
yeah. Stay in your box. I keep you in my kitchen cupboard. You never get out.
1st of
I
November
prefer the
till the
microwavable
31st.
dish. I do not cook healthily for myself.
Oh.
Halloween.
So Halloween, spooky. Like,
Are these
fancy
the black
dress.
sheep? Are
Are
these
these
the
the-
black
no.
sheep of the
So
Zodiac?
first
Or
off,
have we
as we
still
all
not
know-
got to the black
Constantly-
sheep?
Of the
Campus.
people of November. They are always campaigning to get the final month of October in so then they can have Halloween.
So they're trying to get the
they're
31st
fighting
of
over
October.
the last day.
They want to change the
They've already got 2 whole months, the greedy bastards.
greedy. Are they greedy people? Are
Well,
they
definitely. Well, we've already got the dwarves as greedy,
Yeah.
haven't we?
are they greedier then?
Are all are witches? Is that their motto?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it
Well,
doesn't
they're
actually
all
say
on-
anywhere that
you know,
the
Reddit,
dwarves are greedy at all.
Witches versus the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Every Redditor on there.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. That's pretty racist. I think you were an elf if you weren't a loot box. Those comments.
Uh,
You don't
you- and you
get
don't-
into Belgwin
you
when
don't
you're
want to-
saying shit like that.
You don't want to be an elf.
Don't want to be an elf, no.
Yeah.
So all the witches, are they? What do you reckon they like to eat? Because we've had a few eats on this. Like we've got cereal and bananas, and
I don't think-
allergic to
Yeah.
bananas.
If
They
you see
like
a
to eat
goth
kiwis.
girl
As you
in a
all know,
club,
if you see a
they
goth
born
girl in a
around
club-
here.
So all goth
Yeah.
girls that you see in clubs
All goth girls that you see in clubs
are born
are
between the
all
1st of
born
November and the 31st of
in
November too.
November.
However, if it's a goth girl outside of a club,
Yeah.
can't assume
They're not. They're
It's-
not. It's
it's up for grabs.
yeah. It's only goth girls that go to clubs.
I'm on tenterhooks. What could he be? Favorite color is mango. Favorite fruit. Full stop. Okay. I see we've reached the tattered end of the train of logic, and we're
now
now
we've got
descending
Yule.
into the abyss of madness. Yule.
I think you've got that
Yeah.
backwards, Jamie. we descended into madness and then followed some sort of logic.
We started to construct a
First
hastily
off, I'm
made
not even gonna
bridge
write
of
them down.
logic, which fell
If you followed thus far, you know what days they're going to be.
Yeah,
I don't
you
need to
know
write
which
them
days.
You
down.
know the days this has to be.
Um,
It's got to be the 1st of
The other dates.
December to the 31st of Uncember. Now, what's the have we done the 52 syllables? Has it worked? Man,
Chia seeds, tennet, astral fisher,
this is
loot
fun content.
boxes, dwarves, elves, kakapo, discriminating, Gatanathoa, Aston Villa, Halloween, Yule. We're on 37.
Not. It's got to be a big one.
there
next.
we go.
You've got 15
Don't worry, guys.
syllables to do.
I think you'll be impressed by this one. Don't you worry. So, because for our audio listeners, of course, I need somebody to read this one out.
Go on, Matt.
You know which daisies are constantly plagued by the Yule lads all year round. When captured by one, they are forced to take on traits of the Yule lad. Some are eaten by Krampus, beat logs, cats eat their clothes.
Family focus.
Family focused.
Oh,
There we
I'm so
go.
confused. What does any of this mean?
That was all non-sentences.
And finally, the
It's
fox
me!
was going to be one of them.
So we've got Astral Fisher and the pot, but
Just
Jack,
loot
oh
boxes.
wow, he's playing that Overwatch. He's a
Oh,
loot
wow.
box.
What a loot box.
Because if there's one thing I know about Overwatch is it's full of loot boxes.
it's full of loot boxes. It's loot boxes all the way down.
Is it just subscribe to Astral Fisher and that's all that happens?
I feel like
No.
he's just gonna plug your LinkedIn and then talk about yogurt.
Yeah.
The Antichrist will be born 2nd of January when the pot subscribes to Astral Fisher. Have I not subscribed to you?
I don't know, but if you do,
I hope not.
uh-oh.
I'll have to
And
check
yeah,
that.
I think that I've got a good variety of zodiac signs ready for a prime woke audience to nibble their little teethies into. So I'm just going to go through them all just so you kind of know if you're in a zodiac sign which one you are. So you have chai seeds is the 1st of January only. This means that you'll be small. You might not weigh a lot. Be careful if you find a lot of people in the same group who are all born on the 1st of January. They are endearingly ditzy. They can't be trusted to look after your fish, so watch out.
Fish.
And they wet their bed until they were 12, and they are spiritually connected to one of their several dwarves, usually a dwarf named Doc, similar to the dwarf called Doc in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The second one on our list is Tennant, which you're always late. Big crush on Robert Pattinson. Don't talk
If
to
he
them
reads all of these out, it's going to take about half
This
an
is
hour.
yeah.
Yeah. And we'll stop right there.
So,
And if you were born after the 13th of February,
You
our
know
second
the
would like
drill.
to just send you specifically a big fuck you. He doesn't want you to
If
hear
you want-
the
We don't
full
care
thing in all
about
its glory.
anyone beyond the 13th of February.
if
okay?
you're listening and
Yeah.
not watching,
I've done the analytics. I
You're gonna
know
have to watch it
who's
again.
Yeah.
watching. I know it's only that.
oh,
time
you
frame.
think that got in the first 10 minutes? No.
First 10
No, no,
minutes
no,
was
no.
chia seeds
So, yeah.
through and through.
Yeah.
The first
I
10
mean-
minutes was Chris rambling and complete nonsensical. None of this going on.
I love the fact that I've watched enough episodes to I have now got the hallmarks of what every episode has devolved into. Which is what I did at the beginning of this episode. And you guys just thought it was the most bizarre thing ever just because I said it completely out of character in a completely meta way, just like this is what happens at this point in the podcast. Anyway, talking about what happens in specific points in the podcast, I can tell you now that we just got a message from a particular person working at FTR1, and for some unbeknownst reason to ourselves, this isn't going to be airing. Let's just face it, you know.
Don't even need to read it.
It's mainly because
even
we
need to
forgot
read
to
it.
record at the beginning of this episode, so
that'd be it.
we
That'd
don't
be
have
it.
anything to send them.
No
And we
footage,
also have some
no-
stuff to plug. For myself, I would like to plug Strongbow's Cloudy Apple Cider, unless you are under 18 or in America 21. In that case, you shouldn't be drinking alcohol. Get that out of here. Get that out of here right now. This is the best sponsorship we've gotten thus far, and I cannot have you two sponsoring other sides.
Oh yes, Sure Motion Sense
Hang
Sport
on.
Cool, my favourite
Stop
cider.
your Shaw Motion Spence.
Ah,
There.
delicious. Mm.
Get out of here. And he's got
Tasty.
Koppenberg glass as well.
Oh, also
Anyway,
I have
yeah, I'm
I have
advertising-
Rennie's spearmint indigestion
Yeah.
tablets. Much
Yeah,
better than
wow.
store-bought own brand ones.
This
gotta say.
episode has been brought to you by binoculars.
Yeah, binoculars. That's actually just his. Those are his binoculars. He's such a Leo, am I right, everybody? Yeah. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
thank you all
course.
for tuning in. We have a couple of things to plug.
Praise be to Catan Thoa.
First thing, eldest son of Cthulhu. Big up, big up, big up.
Big up. Represent.
Represents. Anyway, I have an identical twin and a hive mind now who all run my Twitch and all my social media. You'd think we'd be more consistent on them. Don't worry, I've been having internet problems for the last week. Doesn't matter.
Yes, you sure
this
have.
is going to come out next time because he
As
wants
a-
to make a stockpile down there.
I
So,
do.
I will say that
Um,
the Premier League one should probably go out soon because the Premier League starts soon.
So,
But that doesn't matter now
doesn't matter. Why does it matter?
because it will have already been out
Who
by the
cares?
time this one
Yeah.
comes out.
It doesn't matter.
It's been great. Then we also have some other people who will advertise their stuff.
Look, man, Paul Rudd's been rummaging around through my hard drive, and he's been making it very difficult to upload things. Because every time I click to upload something, he picks it up, and he runs away with his little Ant-Man suit, and he puts it in a different part of my computer. So it's been tough, and I'm devising a system to catch him out, but it's going to take a while. So I don't know why I'm telling you this now, because by the time you've heard this, all of this will have happened. But retroactively, I'm explaining
God.
why
We're
we didn't
playing with
upload
time
anything for a
here.
while, because I've got to get some specialized, specially built 3D printed nets from Afghanistan, and I've got to call a man about something, and it's just it's a whole thing. In the meantime, go and look at my Twitch, where there's loads of stuff that might happen. He'll be there. He won't.
I might be. Who knows? I'm not. It's not
He
like
won't
I've
be
got
there.
a job or anything.
He won't be
now.
there. He's not allowed.
So-
I banned him. He was very rude.
If not, I'll be on that one's Twitch.
Yeah, he can go on there because he's just a bit of a sort of view whore.
He loves me.
I have a Twitter. Don't look at it. Anyway, that's the end of the podcast. Fuck off.
Whoa, wait a second.
I might do plugs and things in the future.
We haven't advertised somebody's stuff to the pod. We'd like to talk.
So I might. At the moment, there's my LinkedIn. You can go follow that. Please do. I have 2 followers at the moment. I think that's.
He's a lifeguard.
I'm not anymore. I got my P45 the other
day. He's not a lifeguard. If he tries to tell you he can save your life, do not let him. It's not allowed.
I'm marginally more qualified than most people.
Chris is
for another month.
Is about half a
and
half
thank
a
you
shot.
all. Now we're going to.
I've got more time now. I might do more things.
I can tell he was
goodbye,
itching to
but
do
we're
something.
just going to ramble for a couple of minutes
Yeah,
now, and then
we have to ramble.
the podcast.
Because we
no, we're not
care
finishing the
anymore.
podcast yet.
Rambling stuff to say. Ramble, tamble.
I'd
Tamble's
like
not even a
to
word.
play us
That's
out
enough rambling,
with more
tambling.
music.
No, the
for
rambling's
my
not.
episode.
No, overturned, overruled. I get
and
to decide
as
where
we
we end the
say-
podcast. Actually,
And as we say,
no, we don't
at
say.
the end
What's
of
our
the
thing?
What's the tagline
What?
for this one?
What's the tagline for this?
Why is the tagline for this one?
Mercury retrograde indicates you're a cunt. The end.
I don't know if we can have that.
Is that
I
not
don't
allowed?
think we can have that. That's going to be cut. The C word is certainly going to be
It's
one
a bit-
of this whole video and stop it from being shown to anyone. So you're going to
Oh,
have to
no.
leave that one out, mister.
All of our fans
you
are
dirty
gonna
mouth,
see it.
and rub it out with soap.
Oh, that's
Here's what you do.
oddly
Don't say
forceful
the
of you.
C word. If you think about saying the C word, just say, crikey, Cameron. Thank God I didn't say cunt.
Careful, you'll get banned from Belgium.
That's the end of the episode. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everybody.